This place is crowded with fans, man.
I don't know how they find you. I don't know how they find you.
Come on.
Huh?
How come you're so popular? Has everyone been underestimating you?
They have. I mean, to me, this is like funny because we've been having a good time doing this all along and knowing where it was headed, because we said 20 years ago what we were doing wouldn't be popular for another 20 years, because we saw it happen with B.B. King, with the blues, and I'm saying, damn, this is the music my mother used to listen to, and that's how it goes. And then we came to England, in Amsterdam, we came in like '68, and we saw the music that was becoming popular here at that time. Motown, it was so far behind, and once something come here and become popular, it comes back to the States, even more popular. See, because it leaves there as an R&B music, comes to Europe and get real famous, which is mostly white people, and it comes back to the white people from the States in the form of rock and roll, and it's like totally a brand new music. So we said, okay, well, we'll just get in them. We're gonna be like Jimi Hendrix and Muddy Waters at the same time. We're gonna start out, like Muddy Waters, but as opposed to being nostalgia, when 20 years later when they come, as opposed to being nostalgia and all of that, we wanted to make sure I planned, and I think a lot of the members of the band now remember me saying it, save my energy so that it was like, aha, you thought we was gone, didn't you? Whenever it came back as nostalgia, I didn't foresee sampling, which has made it come back really not as nostalgia, but as the mainstream music, piece by piece in other people's records.
Yeah, your music always.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our music has come back, Atomic Dog and this record and that record and that record. We Want the Funk, Gerardo, Turn This Mother Outers and Hammer. So you get all these different parts of our songs diced up in other people's records.
You like that?
Love it. And we said about clones, there will be clones waking up everywhere. I don't know what I was talking about, but I felt I felt it. I felt I'm a mothership. I felt that we had some kind of vibe, that we was picking up something, and it might help created it. To be as funky enough to take something like a loop and play it over and over again. We did that a lot. But
you did it live.
We did that a lot. We did looping, like More Bounce to the Ounce is a loop. Loopzilla is a loop. This was long before sampling and all that stuff.
How did you do that?
We just took tape. We just cut the same little section of the tape over and over and attach them together over and over. It took days, to get this.
It's the same trick, but now it's all digital.
Digital, so you can do it real quick. So when it started happening, and I saw all these people getting really into P-Funk, and then when we did the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the white groups in America was doing what the English groups did at first, but Cream and all those groups did, jump right on the blues, Spoonful. They started getting funky ahead of time. Like the Chili Peppers was like really out to prove that they were funky. I mean, they felt the funk. So they came to my house and we worked on their record. They stayed at my house a month before we even did the record.
They listened to all your records?
Just the vibe. They knew most of the records. They just the vibe. Matter of fact, we learned a lot of our songs from them. Because they went and learned the songs that we never even played. They learned the ones that we just did for psychedelic sake. We chanted them every now and then. Like Free Your Mind album was done in one day. Those are all blues riffs played psychedelic, and totally out of our mind. They went and learned all those songs.